Lumineon, the Neon Pokemon, or as you probably know it as, the most forgettable Pokemon in existence. Being a generic water-type fish only found in 2 regions with pretty bad stats will do that to you. But I don't care. My favorite region is Sinnoh, and I've always had a fondness for Lumineon because I thought it looked pretty as a kid. But the Pokemon community seems to forget this majestic, beautiful, tailless what? Why does it not have a tail? That's not a tail. Not a fish's tail, at least. What the fuck? This beautiful, majestic, glowing fish. Well, after this video, you won't forget it anymore, for I, Kevin Depression, brought Lumineon to the peak of, well, the bottom of high-level competitive CPU Pokemon, the Battle Tower and Brilliant Diamond. I mean, come on, the thing has lower base stat total than Magneton. Anyways, after about 3 months of procrastination, I finally began working on this team. I decided on a rain team in order to take advantage of Lumineon Swift Swim, and used a Pelipper as my rain setter to take advantage of U-Turn and its stab Hurricane for grass coverage. I then gave it Skull for burn potential and Soak for my Jolteon. Looking through Lumineon's incredibly vast move pool, I decided on a set of Fire Blast, Thunder, Hydro Pump, and what? This is Gyarados' move pool. Well then, what does Lumineon have? That's it? It doesn't even have a boosting move. I guess Waterfall to try and flinch and U-turn for momentum, maybe Swagger Psych Up to try and boost? And finally Jolteon, who I gave Thunder, Shadow Ball, Thunder Wave, and Volt Switch. Funny story, it turns out I had already used my Volt Switch TM on my Rotom Heat, and because BDSP are the worst and dumbest remakes in the franchise, TMs break, and I can't get another Volt Switch TM. Ilka, why would you do this, you stupid sons of bitch? Unfortunately, I was unable to teach Jolteon Volt Switch, so instead, I decided to give it a more nuclear option. The team was ready. I had been preparing for this moment for mere days now, and I was ready to take on the Battle Tower. The way Master Class works in BDSP is you have to try and get through 7 very strong trainers in a row, with the 7th trainer being a notable and strong character like a gym leader. And oftentimes, the game will purposely throw a team at you that effectively hard counters you. I would find this out very quickly. I start off my run by quickly beating the first 2 trainers, almost losing at the end to a double team Skarmory, but Waterfall Lumineon comes in clutch. I then start the next battle against a Garchomp. For some reason, I decide to soak it and then switch to Jolteon for a quick Oko, but Pelipper faints in the process. I don't think much about it, switch to Jolteon, click Thunder, sit back, and watch his health bar hit 0. For a second there, I really thought the soaks did not work. He's sashed! Oh no. Oh, he's paralyzed though. Beat yourself in confusion. Come on. He's paralyzed. Let's go! Oh my god. I was so about to lose that. I get super lucky with the paralysis and quickly finish off Garchomp. He then sends out Latios, which I get into KO range, but Jolteon goes down. I then send out Lumineon and beat the Latios. A bit of a rocky start, but Lumineon should be able to finish off this last Pokemon. Suicune? Oh god. It was at this moment that I realized there were a few Pokemon that completely walled me if I don't have Jolteon. Suicune was one of them. I decided to go for a Swagger Psych Up strategy, but then this happened. It is a special attacker. Oh god. Oh, it was a crit. Burn? Bro, what is this bullshit? At this point, there was nothing I could do. Lumineon was now on a timer and was doing 0 damage, ending my first attempt. Though a tough loss, I was now more familiar with my team and I walked in to try again. The first battle wasn't too interesting, but I wanted to put in this clip of me annihilating a Miltank with Hyper Beam for MNJTV and any other Miltank haters. You're welcome. The next battle, however, was anything but uninteresting. My opponent opens with a Hippowdon that is slower than my Pelipper, which means his sand gets to go up instead of my rain. I then decide to soak and U-turn to my Jolteon. Why didn't I just U-turn to Lumineon? Honestly, I don't know. Jolteon then takes a Stone Edge and just barely lives with enough health to survive 1 turn of sand and finishes the Hippowdon, fainting in the process. I then send out Pelipper to reset the rain, and he sends out Infernape, who I beat in 2 turns after breaking his Focus Sash. And then he sends out Vaporeon. And not just any Vaporeon, he sends out Acid Armor Scald Leftovers Vaporeon, aka the perfect Lumineon counter. It was at this point that I realized I had to be more careful with Jolteon, and I had to preserve it more because my biggest losses have been to bulky water types that Jolteon can beat. It was also at this point I decided on my goal, to get through one round of trainers. With better knowledge and a new defined goal, I was ready to take on my 4th attempt. I immediately lost to a Tyranitar. I was ready to take on my 5th attempt. The first trainer sends out Bastiodon and Exploud, which I easily handle, only losing my Pelipper. Both Lumineon and Jolteon were completely healthy, and it looked like an easy first win. But then she sends out the most bullshit cheating Articuno I have ever seen. I first decide to use Swagger, but I miss, and Articuno sets a Pale. This is really bad because I know it has Snow Cloak. It then uses Blizzard because it's now faster than me out of rain and gets a Freeze! I fortunately only stay frozen for one turn and managed to get another Waterfall on it, but it then uses Roost, denying all the damage I had done to it previously. Articuno then finishes off Lumineon with another Blizzard. I send out Jolteon and go for Thunder Wave, trying to give myself more time and chances to do damage to it. It hits, but then it goes for Swagger? What? Who the fuck teaches Articuno Swagger? Jolteon then hits itself in confusion, and Articuno hits a Blizzard out of Hail. Attempt number 6! Nothing interesting for the first few games, except for this clown that was using a Wall Rain and an Abomasnow who both knew Sheer Cold for some reason, and he hit one? But I still won, so no problems there. However, there were problems with the next trainer who beat me with Scarf Staraptor, Rough Skin Garchomp, and what I'm assuming is Choice Specs Gardevoir because it one-shot my Jolteon. Attempt number 7. Immediately lose to Sport Technician Mach Punch Breloom. Attempt number 8. I had been playing for over an hour now and had yet to beat 4 trainers in a row. I was beginning to think Lumineon just wasn't good enough. That maybe she really should remain the most forgettable Pokemon in existence. But I kept going. For the sake of Lumineon, and for the sake of having a video to upload today, I will beat 7 trainers in a row with a Lumineon team. Wow, that sounded so sad. Anyways, on this run, it was going pretty smoothly. I had a close call on my 3rd battle, but so far so good. Then came the 4th trainer. He sends out Registeel against my Pelipper and immediately OHKOs with a Thunder what? Guessing it was Choice Scarf, because it's literally 15 base points slower than Pelipper, I send out Jolteon and get a Paralysis on my Thunder attack. But as I go for another one to finish it off, he switches into Electivire with Motor Drive and absorbs my Thunder and gets a speed boost. I got worried he might have an Earthquake and switch into Lumineon, but instead, he goes for a Dynamic Punch and misses, giving me an opportunity to get some chip on him. Lumineon outspeeds it in the rain and gets a good chunk of damage on Electivire before going down to Thunder. Now, it was Jolteon against the world. I quickly decided that the best thing to do was to finish off Electivire as quickly as possible to give myself a chance. I finish it off with Hyper Beam, but now I'm forced to rest. He then sends out Staraptor and uses Endure on the turn I had to rest? I don't know what happened. If the game just pitied me, if Brilliant Diamond was even more buggier than we thought it was, but I'm not complaining, as I OHKO Staraptor with Thunder, leaving his incredibly weak and paralyzed Registeel remaining, which I quickly finish off with another Thunder. Thank you, Arceus, for giving me this win. Was it undeserved? Absolutely. Do I care at all? Not even a little. With 4 wins, I was now only 3 away from completing this challenge. The next few trainers weren't as difficult, and I beat them relatively easily, which meant it was finally time to take on the 7th trainer. If I beat this next opponent, it meant I had finally accomplished my mission, proving that Lumineon was not just some forgettable water-type fish no one remembers. It is, in fact, a viable meta Pokemon. Who am I kidding? This thing sucks major dick. My final opponent ended up being Rourke, which I don't know if that's random or pre-planned, but either way, I'll take the favorable matchup. He leads Tyranitar into my Pelipper, who is unfortunately slower, meaning he gets a Sandem. I decided to try and get my Rain back up as soon as possible, so I U-turn to Lumineon as he goes for Thunder Wave, but I get lucky and he misses. I then U-turn back into Pelipper to get Rain back up as he lands a Thunder Wave. He then goes for Stealth Rock as I manage to break through Paralysis and KO him with Skull. He sends out Rampardos and immediately head smashes me, knocking out Pelipper, but doing a lot of damage to himself. I send out Lumineon and finish it off with a Waterfall. And now for his final Pokemon, which is apparently Salamence, who for my remaining water electric type Pokemon is a bit of a problem. I decide to go for the Chip and potential flinch Waterfall, but to no avail, and he uses Outrage, knocking Lumineon out. Everything now came to this. I know Jolteon is faster, but one hit from Salamence and it's all over, meaning if I don't KO Salamence right now, that would be it. Another end to a promising run. I click Thunder, and... oh my god! Oh, we did it! Oh my god, we actually did it! We got a streak of 7 with the Lumineon team. Oh my god. I did it! After an hour and a half of continuously falling short, I managed to get a streak of 7 in the Battle Tower. I then immediately attempted another set to see if I could continue the streak and immediately lost. But it doesn't matter. I managed to get a streak of 7 at the Battle Tower with the Lumineon team. All it took was smart plays, determination, and a lot of luck, but I did it. I gave Lumineon its first notable win ever. Anything is possible. The world is your oyster. Just remember. Never use Lumineon. Holy crap, this Pokemon is complete shit.